Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown. So, second chapter is released, second chapter Deadly Life has released. And apparently, apparently it changed enough. It changed things so where the previous save files can't be put onto here, which means I did practice free time events for nothing. I'm not gonna restart them. I'm just gonna move on to a different character for the free time events. But let's get started. I would like to start from chapter 2. Daily. Shadow Sashiko. 10 out of 12 prisoners remaining.
Well. Look at us. Back here again. I know it's been a while. What, a month and a half? If it was up to me, we'd be on air again a lot sooner. Unfortunately, we had some small complications to work out after the murder. Well, you've been left in the dark for a while, so I won't keep you waiting. I'm sure you're eager to know what the prisoners have been up to. Let me catch you up with the prisoners you judged last time. Starting with prisoner 02, Lyra Chattel. With her, it was a bit of a split. Back and forth. She was leaning pretty heavily towards Worthy for a long while. What? Did you think she was pretty or something? Or maybe you just wanted to encourage the cycle she was in. I'm not going to judge. All I'm saying is that if you voted her worthy, I'm sure she'd see it as you falling for her facade in the same way her victims did. But slowly over time, the votes seemed to shift. It looks like some of you started doing some thinking. Maybe you just wanted to uphold her wishes. Or maybe she just started pissing you off. Whatever the reason was, there was a major shift right near the end. I'm almost convinced there was something fishy afoot. But it's not my job to investigate that. Eventually, she was pushed just barely into a corrupt vote with a close-cut 50.2%. Holy shit, you were close to a 50-50, huh? I don't know what we would have done if she landed right in the middle. Being so close to Worthy, despite her corrupt verdict, has definitely seemed to unsettle her a bit. I think she thought if she got corrupt, she could just go about things her own way, which, yeah, she's been doing. But cutting it so close has clearly made her do some thinking. Her confidence in her own actions has definitely been shaken. Obviously, she thinks some of you just wanted to take away her agency and disrespect her wishes once again. Or just voted her worthy because you thought she was hot. But I think you've definitely thrown her off. She's been forced to think, even if she denies it. She started to seriously reconsider the way things have gone so far, not just discarding people's belief that she can get better, as them just being deceived by her somehow. Despite this, she's still corrupt, even if it's just slightly, meaning her access to kitchen supplies, medication, and the showers have been restricted. And her cell has been stripped. Not that it bothers her, she's been crashing in another prisoner's cell. The same prisoner who's helping her effectively circumvent her corrupt verdict, helping her get food, showers, and whatever else she needs like a loyal puppy dog. That person being prisoner 03, Ezekiel Elias. It seems after Eleven's death, he needed someone else to latch onto. Or at least he wanted to make sure that no one else left him. Which has led to some fascinating developments, really. Him and O2 have started dating. and have made this relationship very clear to the other prisoners, telling them that they kiss on the mouth and stuff. I'm sure I don't even need to tell you how much this all pisses off Ismene. In light of what happened to Prisoner 12, Lyra has become her favorite target. The dating thing, circumventing the corrupt effects by sleeping in Zeke's room, all of it makes her incredibly angry. Although, as Zeke's always with Lyra, she almost never has a chance to teach her a lesson. But most of the other prisoners think it's just for audience approval. But who's to say? I'd rather just move on from that whole dumpster fire and move on to our next prisoner. Prisoner L4, Takiko Uchiyama. It seems our youngest prisoner struck a nerve with you all. As soon as the votes dropped, she almost immediately got corrupt, with her verdict steadily balancing out and eventually landing on 51% corrupt. What? Did it hit a little too close to home? I mean, I don't really know how much you can judge her sending her fan base to harass people when you actively vote to make people's lives worse, but I guess you can say it's totally different. Well, whatever you need to say to make yourself feel better about it. Takiko tried for a while. She really did. She kept talking to the cameras, kept trying to cheer up your days, kept trying to help others. But after her verdict came in, something changed. She still looks at the cameras, but she's completely silent. She just stares. I think she feels betrayed. But she always knew this was going to happen. There's been a shift in her behavior overall. Having such restricted access to basic amenities has been exhausting. She barely has the emotional energy to help the other prisoners anymore. Not that it matters much. Most of them have completely discarded her. If Fu wasn't locked away in his cell, he might try to help, but I don't think she'd accept it. Sure, Santil still tries her best to be friends with Takiko. She says she doesn't blame Takiko for her crime. Santil seems to say a lot of things, is what I'm noticing. But naturally, they are spending less time with Takiko than they were before. After all, Takiko needs to spend a lot of the day finding someone to help them eat and stuff. But Takiko getting corrupt has made Santil rethink how harsh they were with Taka. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy.
No animal bats.
I suppose some of you will see that as a win though, won't you? Well, I'm sure you'll also be delighted to know that despite Ismene being mostly preoccupied with Lyra, Takiko wasn't entirely spared. It's nowhere near as crazy as Ismene has gotten with other prisoners. Dracul's death and the incident with Prisoner 12 has dampened her a little bit, but Takiko got that sweet, sweet lesson you wanted her to get. A few times, Ismene left any food Takiko didn't eat in Takiko's empty cell, believing Takiko hasn't a right to be wasteful when she's getting help from others. Leaving Takiko to clean it all up before it rots. Which was pretty cruel, considering the corrupt verdict made Takiko lose almost all her appetite, so she's not been eating a lot. She's become pretty withdrawn overall. I'm not certain she's the biggest fan of you anymore. She's not too keen on being placed on the same level as Lyra and Maiko. There hasn't been any positive improvements in her behavior. If you were hoping to teach her a lesson or whatever, I don't know what you were expecting. All she's got is her views on the world confirmed, discarded by the other prisoners now that she's no longer useful, and an empty cell full of rotten food. Although, unlike Lyra, Ismene has almost completely stopped harassing her after the incident with Prisoner 12. I keep alluding to that incident. How about we move on to it? Although I'm sure you already guessed some of the details. Mali Yuzuki, who you judged as corrupt by a whopping 78.5%, attempted suicide soon after her verdict. She couldn't handle living in a world where there was no chance her precious Yui would ever forgive her, and I'm sure the bullying from Ismene didn't help. But luckily, or unluckily for you, she was saved. Alora stepped in and provided Molly with medical attention, keeping her alive. Since then, a few policies have been put in place by Alora. Everyone will continue to call her Maiko instead of Molly, as she doesn't want to be seen by her old name. And no one is allowed to mention Molly's crime to her or discuss it, everyone is to treat her with kindness and care until she's ready to talk about it or whatever. Some prisoners have gripes about how much this 28-year-old is being coddled, but I guess it's better than her trying to off herself again. It certainly made Ismene back off. She seems shaken by the incident. And one prisoner in particular has taken her under his wing. But I'm sure you'll see who exactly that is soon. Either way, I think that catches you up on what you've missed. Things are kind of going to shit, huh? It's kind of fun, in its own messed up way. Anyway, I'll leave you to watch the stream now. That's what you're really here for, right? Although, if I could just say something. Like, I know I told you all to be more harsh on the prisoners last time, but 3 corrupts is pretty fucking harsh, huh? Now, like, I'm not against it. I just think it's kinda curious how it's the all-girls set of crimes that get the triple corrupt. Go figure.
Like, Ismene got, what's it called? It got redemption as the only girl there, so, go fuck yourself.
Whatever. Not like I care. Enjoy your stream. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Larry, get away from him, he's mine. I'll be the first person to admit I didn't handle Dracul and Mint's deaths the greatest. Even if I hadn't known them for all that long, their absence was unbearable. So, save for spending a lot of time with Ismene, I spent a majority of my time cooped up in my cell. Admittedly, I was scared of getting killed. Others, like Dr. Elenius and Taka, had taken the tragedy of it all in stride and used it as motivation to push forward with working on escape plans. But I wasn't as strong as that. Perhaps I was just a coward. Yet, something had changed recently. Maiko's attempt was a very harsh wake-up call. Seeing her like that, in the infirmary, it felt all too familiar. Maybe it was just me selfishly trying to make up for past mistakes, but I never wanted to lose someone like that ever again. Perhaps that's why, these past few weeks...
Maiko.
What's this? Maiko, are you done yet? Or do you need me to come in and turn on the water again? Where are you, Maiko? Oh, no, I'm all good. Just trying off my hair. What the fuck? I found myself doing whatever I could to support Maiko. Alright, take your time. Of course, everyone was keeping an eye on her after the attempt, but I found myself almost constantly around her. Which meant she'd gotten quite attached to me. Phew! Huh, I guess you're right. I do feel a lot better after showering. I told you so. I know it can seem like a big task after a few weeks of that, but when you get in there, it's really not that bad. I know, it's just hard to get the energy. I guess I just built it up to be this whole big thing in my mind. I must seem pretty silly and gross to you, huh? I mean, it's just a shower, it's not a big deal. You shouldn't have to deal with... It's not about if I should or shouldn't, Mai. I'm doing this because I want to help you. You really shouldn't waste all this kindness on someone like me. Really, it's not a waste. Still, I'll try not to be so stubborn about staying in my cell next time. That must have been really annoying. What time is it now anyway? It's about 1 p.m. Really? Oh, jeez. Is something wrong with that? It's just, never mind. I'm just being silly and stupid like usual. Maiko, what's up? Who takes a shower at 1 p.m.? You must have been trying to drag me out of my soul forever. I should really just be normal about this. Hey now, you got up before midday. If you ask me, that's a major improvement. You should focus on that. I guess, but I feel like anyone can do that. We were interrupted by a pair of voices echoing down the halls, headed in our direction.
Zeke.
Oh my god. Slow down, Jesus, it's still so early. Come on, Zeke.
Oh, wah.
Don't give me that. You were the one who wanted to wash your hair. Can you just get in the shower so I can get on with my day? Literally, when did I say that? Last night. You did your old Zeke. If I don't wash my hair tomorrow, I'm gonna actually literally kill myself. I swear to God. Me. Yeah, that does sound like me. And I know if we don't do this now, you're gonna bitch about it all day and get all pissy at everything just because your hair is slightly greasy. Aw, you know me so much. You know me so well. Too well, if you ask me. Yeah, whatever. I'll only take 10, don't you worry, princess. Shut the hell up. Good afternoon, you two. Oh my god, it's your favorite person. Just as I thought this morning couldn't get any better. Since the verdicts came out, these two had seemingly been stuck to each other's side. Much to his niece's annoyance, Zeke was letting Lyra sleep in his cell and was basically doing whatever she wanted. Though, through him, she could circumvent almost any downside her corrupt verdict gave her. Which is probably why she didn't seem all that bothered by her verdict. More relieved than anything. It was almost as though it just confirmed all of her beliefs about herself and gave her free rein to continue being the bad person she saw herself as without having to think too hard about anything. Or at least I think that's what she wanted us to think. Oh, it's afternoon, not morning. Okay, well we just woke up, so it's morning to us. Right, okay, whatever you say. You two done in the showers, or are you still going? Cause I don't mind waiting. You're good. Oh, no, Michael just finished. You're good. Sweet, I'll call you when I need to, I'll call you when I need to turn on the water, Z. Yes, 2-2. Yeah, whatever. Lyra slipped into the shower room, leaving Zeke standing outside of it. He tended to prefer not being in there for all that long these days. Are you two okay? You sound like you were fighting. What? No, we just talk like that. Oh, I see. I guess I just didn't expect you two to get to the old married couple bickering stage so quickly. Yeah, well, you know how it is. Woman. Yeah? Yeah. You're so gay. Well, I hope that no matter what happens, you continue to make each other happy for many, many years to come. Right. I think I hear Lyra calling me, so I'm gonna go. Turn on that water now. Zeke seemed to quickly slink away into the shower room after Lyra, a weird shift in his demeanor. Wow, they're so cute. I'm so happy for them, finding love in a situation like this. Michael, you don't actually think they're... Yeah, I know, I'm not stupid. But I think, even if it's unlikely to work out, it's so romantic that they still want to try despite it all. I'm not going to burst your bubble on that one. Well, regardless, I'm going to get some lunch. Do you want to join me? I think I'm good for now. Allura says she wants to give me a checkup this afternoon, and she said she'll bring food, so I'll wait until then. Alright. Do you have anyone you can spend time with? I'll try to figure something out, but I really don't mind having some alone time. I don't want to overwhelm her by constantly being around her. I appreciate that she likely wanted some space herself, and at least Dr. Linnaeus would be watching over her later. I had felt a lot more at ease leaving her alone recently, since her attempt to Smini had laid off her and the other corrupt prisoners a lot more. It had seemingly shaken her quite a bit. Okay, I trust you. Just come get me if you need me. I don't want to bother you, Shinku. Maiko, once again, it's never a bother. I want to help. I know. I'll catch you later, okay? Take care. See you later, Shinku. Switching to the shower cams. Bye. Okay. I made my way over to the canteen to get some lunch, finding a pair I'd gotten quite familiar with standing by one of the tables, a strange collection of objects, tanks, and boxes assembled on top of it. Almost as soon as I was noticed, one of the pair came bounding over to me, excitement clear in his wide blue eyes.
Stinky poo!
Shinku, look what we found! Taka started pointing to a small glass box filled with various pieces of foliage and... Are those frogs? Pretty epic, right? We found these slippery little guys in the courtyard. How on earth did they end up here there?
It's simple, really.
There are some tadpoles in the pond when we first arrived. I'm surprised that so many survived until adulthood. That's pretty neat. I just hope we won't get to a point where we have to eat them. What? No! No, we're not eating my babies! Not my precious babies! Laura, you tell him! No one is going to eat the frogs. You're fine. Well then, why are you keeping them? It's simple, really. With a little bit of effort, they could assist me in mapping out the sewage systems in the prison. Understanding how they're laid out will be vital in finding an alternative route out of here. I see. I'm not really sure how that would work, but Dr. Elenius was the one who was doctored here, so not me. So I wasn't going to question it. You see, these little adorable slimy babies will be our spies. They'll help us break out of here. What better time? Is that right, woman frog? That's great. Dr. Elenius wasn't so open with her plans. I suppose she must have been confident in this one. But I couldn't dwell on that thought too long as I heard a voice humming through the halls, slowly drawing closer to the canteen. And I clearly wasn't the only person who heard it, as Dr. Elenius promptly gave Taka the tank of frogs to hold. Anyway, if you could take these to the lab as soon as possible, that would be great. Takahiro, I need to begin my testing soon. Of course, right away! Taka took the tank in his arms and turned to leave. Immediately facing the person who had just entered, Asuga. Ah, Tsu! Asuga! Hi! Oh, hey, Taka? Huh, wait. What's that you're carrying? Are those... frogs? Oh, that's pretty cool, don't you think? Jeez, would you look at them? They're so little. Oh my god, look at their little legs. They're your favorite animal, right? How could anyone eat them? I mean, look at their big ol' eyes. Remember back in Hope's Peak? We used to sneak into the science labs all the time under the guise that you were filming some sort of segment for your show. I've been wondering where all the frogs for this section kept disappearing to. It's a wonder they never caught us freeing them. Yes, we made quite the team, huh? We did have a lot of fun back then, didn't we? And you were always on board with making sure they didn't get hurt. I always felt bad about releasing them into the wild, though. I mean, it was probably best. But I wish I could have taken them back to the troop and taken care of them. Well, if you'd like. For horses, we have to keep breeding them to make sure we have enough, so maybe we could take care of them together. Asuka looked away from the frogs for a brief moment. But Taka, blinking for a small smile, curled on the corner of their lips. Sure, why not? Really? I mean, that's great. That's so. I mean, you're great. I mean, frogs. Yeah, frogs. I have to take them to the lab first, but do you mind if I put them in your cell? Just because mine is kind of empty right now. It's certainly no place to raise some frogs. And not to mention, it would be awful if this maid did something to them, so if you don't mind, that is. I don't have an issue with it. I'd be happy to have the little guys. Of course. I'll put them right here in your cell right there in your cell as soon as we're done. I'll go first, of course, yes. Cool. Well, guess I'll see you later, Taka. I'm gonna check on my washing real quick. See you later. Yes, please. Okay, bye. Have a good day. Enjoy your washing. I hope it's great. Sure, I hope it's great too. Asuka laughed awkwardly and walked through. Taka turned to watch them leave with the biggest, stupidest smile on his face. Taka looked down at the cage of frogs, the same smile on his face. Move in the floor, you are getting the biggest, fastest when we get back to the lab, mark my words. Taka giggled to himself and rushed out of the room, holding the frogs with glee. I looked back at Dr. Elenius, who had a small little smile on her face. You did that on purpose, didn't you? I'm not quite sure what you mean, There's no way those frogs have anything to do with any sort of escape plan. Of course not. Just like if just upgraded maps and systems of this place. I'm currently trying to figure out the ventilation system. But Dr. here doesn't need to know that, does he? You actually care about quite a bit, don't you? I let out a sigh, turning back to her remaining boxes of supplies. I care about reducing potential conflict in the prison, that's all. I meant it when I said I wanted to ensure no one else had to die. Well, whatever you say. Ah, right, that reminds me. I put the schedule for who's watching Wong. I think she would say Wong. Some characters would say Wang, like Taka Hero. I think she would say Wong. Who's watching Wong when up on the bulletin board in the hallway. I put you on for this evening. I do hope that's okay. Fine by me. Do you want me to bring him food as well? If you could, please do. Alright, will do. Good luck with the rest of your work for today. I think your assistant might be a little occupied for a while. Thank you. Do stay safe. My Takasuga, my Takasuga. After grabbing a quick bite to eat, I went back into the hallway. To go check the schedule Allura had set up for the next few days. It's Zeke!
So, I've got the night watch today, and the morning shift Thursday. Alright.
Okay. So, morning, Ismini, noon, I think, Allura, night, Shinku. Tuesday, morning, who's M? Micah. Is that I? Okay, I don't know. That's an I, or T. Oh, Takika. And then night, Ezekiel. Wednesday morning, Asuka, Taka, Lyra. Thursday, Shinku, Ismini, Allura. Friday, Ezekiel, Zeke, Maiko, Takika. Dr. Elenius had been cycling organizing when we'd each been watching Fu since he was locked up in his room a month ago. He's been well behaved since the stabbing. We'd all rather be safe than sorry. Still, since we were unable to physically lock Fu's cell, we'd each had to take turns acting as a physical guard, which some people were growing tired of. I didn't really mind it. Fu wasn't entirely unpleasant to be around. If anything, I always find it quite easy to talk about my issues with him, even if I really shouldn't. But before I could dwell on it much longer, a fairly frustrated Smee walked over to my side and scribbled out her Monday shift.
Ismini. I assume you just finished? How was it?
Oh, just wonderful.
Yeah, that's about what I expected. Hey, at least it's only a few hours at a time. I don't care about guarding Fu. That's easy, that's fine. In fact, it's delightful, shockingly. Oh, then why are you upset? Because every time I have a shift, I'm not able to keep an eye on things around here. And some people take that as an opportunity to walk around this prison like they own the godforsaken place. Oh, I can practically hear her laughing at me. She thinks she's so much better than me because she found a way to circumvent her entire judgment through that idiotic excuse for a man. And what does he even know? He is not going to help her at all in the long run. you saw what happened to the last person he tried to protect then. And they think I'm so unreasonable for being bothered by this. If we just keep letting her do whatever she wants and treating this game like a frat party, then she'll either drink herself to death or get someone wrapped up in her reckless behavior and killed. Right. While Ismini had almost entirely laid off Maiko after her attempt, she had found herself a new target, Lyra. I'm not trying to be cruel or unreasonable. I just think that if she doesn't realize the gravity of her crime, if she doesn't think about it, then someone is going to get hurt. And yet, I'm the crazy one. Me? You don't think I'm unreasonable, do you, Shinko? Well, I mean, I get where you're coming from. Exactly, but when I bring it up to them, it's suddenly all Ismini, what's your damage? Why can't you just stay out of other people's lives? You've left Taka and Maiko alone. Of course I left Maiko alone. I'm not insane. Christ! And at least Taka has actually shown signs of improvement. Why would I keep harassing him when he's actively helping the group now? Do they think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. And then I realized I found myself defending Takahiro, of all people, and I'm starting to question how we even got to this point. They just drive me crazy. Maybe you just need to take a step back from it all. I don't trust what might happen if I take a step back. I can't just sit around and do nothing. Not after what happened to Mint. Not after what happened to... Ismini felt quiet and looked away for a moment, a silence lingering in the air. Well, I suppose it's none of my business. I just tend to stress about these things. Perhaps irrationally. Whatever happens, we'll have each other, okay? You can't control what other people do, Ismini. So there's no use stressing about it. Just focus on keeping yourself safe and content. I know. Perhaps I'm a little restless. I've tried to keep my mind off all things. I get that, but try not to overdo it, alright? Alright. Well, try not to stress about it. It's not my business. Right. I left Takiko to her own devices recently and she's been quiet. I think I'm going to go to the library to get my mind off of things. I'll talk to you later. Alright, Shinko? Alright. I'll see you later, Is. Ismini paused just before she left, turning back to me briefly. Oh, is Maiko doing okay? As well as she can be. I got her to take a shower, at least. She smiled a little bit. Clear relief in her face. I'm glad. Ismini left down the hall. She was clearly still tense, but trying to calm herself down. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't also a little apprehensive of whatever was going on between Lyra and Zeke. Especially after Mint. I get it. I turned to face the small girl who'd been watching me and Ismini speak.
Huh?
I get why she's frustrated. It can be quite exasperating to see someone you want to be okay do things you think are going to harm them, especially when you think you could somehow help them yourself. But I don't think she realizes that sometimes you just need to let people make mistakes. Holding on to people or being too firm because you think you know better just strains things most of the time. If someone wants to do something, they'll do it even if it hurts them. Yeah, well, try telling Ismini that. Exactly. She'll do this no matter what you say. Trying to stop her is just going to strain things between the two of you, and who knows how that will turn out in the long run. Still, sitting by and just letting people make mistakes can hurt a lot, so it's kind of a lose-lose situation. I suppose so. Something was different about Takiko. Sentence her back came out. I couldn't really place my finger on it, but she felt a lot more honest. I did miss her peppy old self. Her smile used to be enough to brighten up my day. Now she was just off all the time. maybe that's why I'd been avoiding her more. It was just the fact I was busy taking care of Maiko. I just saw Taka walking all by all kitty. He seemed to be having fun. I wonder what happened. I think he and Asuga are starting to repair things. They agreed to take care of some frogs together. Is that so? I imagine it's going to be rocky for a bit, but I think this has been a long time coming since the trial. I'm glad for them. I hope it works out. I think it'll make them both happier. Well, time will tell, won't it? Takiko smiled slightly and walked past me into the canteen, presumably to get some lunch. I really did hope Taka and Asuga would be able to prepare things. I knew it would take a while, but the fact they were able to talk to each other again was an amazing first step. Hold on. I don't know why, but this game dries out my mouth, which confuses me, because I'm playing Tyrion Cuthbert at the same time as playing this, and that game doesn't dry out my mouth nearly as much. And, like, I don't know. I'm doing the same Everyman voice for Tyrion as I do Shinko and Phoenix. I don't know. I was glad to see others like Takiko and Dr. Elenius were rooting for them as well, even if it didn't work out in the end. Maybe seeing her friend so happy would get Takiko out of whatever slump her corrupt verdict had gotten her in. Help her get her appetite back. I figured it's Mimi laying off if her to do something. But I think it's just something she's going to have to figure out on her own at this point. What does Takiko even do? Okay, that's mean. After my chat with Takiko, I made my way to my cell. Something felt different in the prison recently. I felt like it was only so long until the cat started meddling with us again. We'd been here around a month last time before the cat introduced a hostage motive. I was certain if no one was killed for another week, the cat would take action. Until then, I was determined to maintain my peace. So I returned to my desk, ready to settle in for a session of writing one. Hello, Shinko. Why do you always do this? It's like you cherry-pick the moments I want to be alone. Bitch, you can't cherry-pick when there's a whole orchid of time you spend alone. Just, what do you want this time? Is this about me being cooped up recently? Well, yes, kinda. Like, I know that double guy you really, like, died or whatever, but also it's been 3 weeks. Can you, like, get over it? The viewers are bored of you grieving. Someone died, Mononeko. 2 people. I think it's reasonable for me to grieve. I just want to be alone right now. At what point does it stop being reasonable and start being attention-seeking? Are you serious? Do our lives mean nothing to you at all? Both of them. And Jakul? They had families. They had lives to get back to, and now they're... Appeal to emotion, argument invalid. What? Bottom line is, I don't care. Most of you are going to be dead by the end of this. You can't just drop that so casually. Your lives only matter to me and how much they bring in views. When you stop doing that, I don't have much reason to keep you on air. You know, telling me how little I mean to you isn't really going to make me want to do what you want. Oh, okay, well, think of it like this. You only live once, so you might as well try and get some action before you kick the bucket. Why would you want to do anything when this whole thing is being streamed? I don't know, I'm not gonna judge what you're into. You're all adults. That's not what I meant, and you know it. If you're so insistent on not hanging out with anyone, then there's one way you could stay in your sad little cellmate and still make good content. Mononeko, who hopped off my desk to reveal that they left a large box of tapes and a tape recorder on it. If you want to stay in your cell, do me a favor and record some interesting inner thoughts or anything interesting on these tapes. Huh? Why would you need that? Talking head segments, duh. Cutaways for when we made the edited version of the stream was just the best bits. God, you're going to edit this whole thing down. Duh! I Everyone just wants their content shorter and shorter these days. As long as we get the basic gist of things, it shouldn't really matter if we cut out the parts where not much is happening. You don't know the first thing about content creation, Shinku? This just feels a little bit strange for a snuff stream. Little talking head segments and personal tapes do wonders to make the cuts less drawing and edit things to have a nice, consistent narrative. That's not the part I find strange. Anyway, I'll leave you to decide what to do. I've got to drop these tapes off to a few others. Have fun! Oh, by the way, if you have anything you'd want to say about Jakku or Mint, or really any of the male prisoners, please do share them on the tapes. Viewers always care way more about you guys than the girls. If you double down on your friendship with Jakku, pretend it meant more than it did, you could use that faith to make yourself all compelling and pitiful. As long as your morning is entertaining, people will eat it up. When your morning is just being stuck in your room and all low energy all the time, it's really boring. Give them something to work with. Oh, don't look at me like that. You should be happy. You already have such an advantage compared to the others. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I suppose you could settle for talking about the girls. You've been close to Mari recently, no? Huh. Now that I think about it, she's kind of like Shako, isn't she? Chubby, trapped in her own little world, unwilling to face reality. No, I'm not saying that you have a type, Kutsuki, but... Oh, don't look at me like that. I wasn't making an accusation. Just pointing out a little coincidence. Anyway, see you soon. Mononeko jumped up through the vents, leaving me with the tapes. I suppose I could record one, or I could get out of my room and spend time with someone else. Either way, I had some time to kill before it was my turn to watch free time! You can record tapes at your desk. Recording tapes will pass time, make sleeping in your bed, but each time you do it, your popularity rises ever so slightly. Doing free times will still get you more popularity, but it's a good way to passively raise your popularity when you don't feel like talking to the other prisoners. However, if you record too many tapes, other prisoners will start to wonder why they keep hearing you talking to yourself in your cell, and grow suspicious of you. This will cause your trust to lower. But you should be entirely fine if you do it in moderation. Have fun! So I tried importing the other save files that I had. It just didn't work. Do you have a quest for me? Ah, Katsuki, prepared for your watch tonight. Yeah, how's your shift going? Any complications? None so far. I've given him a shower, so no need to worry about that. It's almost concerning how good his behavior has been recently. I was anticipating more resistance. You should relax a little, Dr. Elenius. Nothing has happened for a month. I'm sure it'll be okay. The second we let our guard down is when he'll make his move. I'm certain of it. We can't afford to be careless. I hope you can remember that during your guard duty later. Ah, right. Okay, time to find Lyra, because I want to do Lyra's. Where's Lyra's cell? Lyra is the second cell, right? Yeah. Are you in here, Lyra? Nope. I can't talk to this person. No, I can't talk to this person. It's not here right now. You in here? Nope. God damn it. Oh, hi, Lara. Save again. It's not been 24 minutes, what? What? You followed me in here? Well, sorry to disappoint you, but I got done in the shower already. I know, tragic. I wasn't coming in there for that, I swear. Besides, you already have a boyfriend. You already have a boyfriend. I shouldn't be encouraging that. You shouldn't be encouraging this. I'm open to whatever. I doubt Z would care all that much. I think he'd look for any sort of reason to beat me up. Yeah, he'd probably sweep the floor with you. Yikes. But I'd hope he'd care, even if your guys' relationship is, 100% authentic. I don't know why anyone would think otherwise. We literally kiss on the mouth and stuff. What's fun to do? Like, I don't know. What? All I hear about this stupid relationship is you kissing. Which I've yet to see, by the way. Why are you looking out for it? Didn't know you were into that sort of shit, Shinku. Kind of messed up. That's not the point! I'm making and you know it. That's not the point I'm making and you know it. It just sounds to me like you're just... No, I'm not. I'm just concerned. Well, it's not your life, is it? Besides, it's not like that. Not like you'd understand. We've not even fucked or whatever. Don't just drop that out of nowhere. Christ, public decency liar. Sorry for your jerk-off material, but we're not that kind of fucking shallow. To me, it just seems like you're just using the fact he's desperate for a hot girlfriend to get what you want out of him. God, you're such a fucking incel. Hey, I'm not! If you don't want to be called that shit, then stop acting like one. It's not like that. God, you haven't changed one bit since Hope's Peak. Lyra, I didn't mean to. Just leave. Okay. This is why we have save states. Okay. I don't know which one this is. Huh? Lyra, you're better than this. You know you are. Don't stoop to this with Zeke. You're more than just your body. It just frustrates me to see you throw yourself away like this and reduce yourself to just someone's girlfriend because you think it's easier. Lyra stood in stunned silence for a moment before she started laughing. You think you... That's a good one, Shinku. Let me guess, you could treat me so much better? That's not what Okay, first up, me and Zeke aren't like that. Secondly, let's check the scoreboard. How are the other corrupt prisoners doing? Let's not count Taka. He's had more time here. Mike only started doing better when she started latching on to you and getting coddled. I've been able to avoid a lot of my corrupt shit through Zeke. And Taki, who's arguably doing the worst out of all of us, hasn't found herself reliant on any guy. Do you get what I'm laying down? I'm not sure I follow. Then I guess you never will. But I don't think you've got to worry, sunshine. You'll never have to be someone's boyfriend. You'll always be Shinku. God damn it. Sorry. I can't say I get your friendship with Zeke, but if it makes you happy, I can't really judge. Huh, that's surprisingly understandable for your standards, Shinku. I'm impressed. It kinda pisses me off when people act bad for each other. Or, God forbid, he's making me worse or whatever. If I get worse, then I want all the credit. Right. Anyway, I've got a bit till my hair dries off. Wanna hang? I guess. I've not got much else to do. Wow, you could at least try to sound a little more enthusiastic. Sorry. It had been difficult to get a moment alone with Lyra post her verdict. Ezekiel had fully just scooped her up, and the two of them had been inseparable since then. It was hard to even remember Lyra got corrupt. It was by such a small margin, and she'd managed to circumvent most of the negative effects through her relationship to the stunt performer. So, like, you just gonna stand there like a dog expecting a treat or something? Or... Sorry, just spaced out for a moment there. Yeah, you do that a lot. It's like you get lost in some long internal thought monologue. It's a little weird, not gonna lie. Anyway, why did you want to hang out again? I guess I just wanted to check up on you after your verdict. We haven't really talked a lot recently, and I just wanted to see if you were feeling okay or about it, or... Yeah? I mean, it's not really a big deal, is it? I got exactly what I asked for! Got told exactly what I know about myself. I didn't really have to think about it all. At all. Okay, but it isn't really self-reflection if you're just going on the way things already are. Yeah, well, I can know I'm a bad person and not feel the need to do anything about it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's murder stream prison. Not exactly the prime conditions for self-improvement, is it? If I got worthy, then, like, I guess maybe I'd think about how on earth I managed to trick that many people, but I didn't, so... You keep acting like that, but I think you forget you only got corrupt on a very slim margin. Almost half the audience believed you could do better. No, they didn't. The numbers don't lie. That's not the point. They thought I was worthy because I'm a conventionally attractive girl in my 20s that they find pretty. They take one look at the eyeshadow and sunglasses and think, oh, she's too young to know any better. She was just doing what she had to do. No one got that hurt. Or they acknowledge I did bad but don't care because I'm hot, because they want me to like them. You really think that? If someone like Fu did what I did, suddenly everyone would be so concerned with all the victims and poor people he hurt and exploited. And it pisses me off, honestly, because they assume I was too dumb to know what I was doing, when I wasn't. But I was fully aware of what I was doing, who I was hurting, and how bad it got. But if you were that aware, why did you keep doing it? Because it was easy, I guess? It was the way I always lived. I figured I'd toughed it out long enough to get the easy way out. I don't want to be, oh, woe is me, but the world hasn't exactly been kind to me, like, ever, so it felt nice to give a big middle finger back to the world. Be the one screwing people up for once. Christ, you're really not doing your own perception any favors here talking like this. I really don't know how this is meant to make you look any more redeemable. Well, duh! I don't want to look redeemable. I want people to look past the tacky eyeshadow, the smoke, the low-cut top. I want to force them to look at me and what I've done. If that many people are still deceived by me to have the vote cut that close, I've got to shove it in people's faces. If it takes blatantly avoiding my verdict, using Zeke to get what I want, having the time of my life, and treating this whole thing like an after-party, that's just what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna have fun doing it. This feels like a lot to prove a point. Maybe, but Zeke has someone to keep him company after... But Zeke has someone to keep him company after all that, and I don't have to grovel and beg for food. It's a win-win, if you ask me. And the relationship part? Aw, what, you jealous? Absolutely not. Well, if the whole audience is gonna box us as other and decide what me and him are already, then we might as well be in it together, you know? Besides, I'm sure it'll piss off the suckers in the audience who hope their magic-worthy vote would have saved me and made me so indebted to them and want their 3 inches so bad. There's no need to be obscene. Oh, I know. It's just cute to see you get all flustered about it. Shut up. You're impossible. I still don't get all of this. Isn't this ensuring your reputation will be entirely burnt to the ground by the time we get out? You seriously think that we're still getting out of this place? I trust Dr. Elenius. Yes, she's been working hard. For 2 months. Any sign of progress? No. Even if she was able to somehow find a way out of this dump, all of our reps are already in shambles. They all know we're criminals. And now it's basically out. My talent is a sham, so like, okay? What am I gonna do? Flips Peak screwed me over enough with that deal. I mean, I can't complain, I'm the one who sold out, but it's pretty messed up for them to enable me, you know? So I guess if I'm going out anyway, I'm going out in style. I might as well have a fun time with it. What else do I have to lose? I don't know, but surely there's a better option than whatever this is. If I wanted to, I could grovel. I could make myself look weak and small and pitiable. I could cry crocodile tears and act like I feel so guilty. I could act like I was stupid, like I didn't know what I'm doing. That I'm just a stupid pretty girl who was going along with whatever the older guys wanted. That I was a victim of circumstance. People would forgive me. If you make yourself look small and available enough, fixable enough, people will turn a blind eye, so they can feel so good and so responsible when you are fixed. I've done it countless times before. You know how it made me feel, Shiko? Relieved? Like shit. I was just degrading myself. I shouldn't need to destroy myself and bury anything halfway decent about myself just for someone else to arbitrarily decide I'm suddenly all good, actually, and there's nothing to worry about. And I shouldn't have to deal with the guilt of knowing I'm just lying and manipulating people into thinking I'm all recovered, when I know I'm just going to mess up and relapse down the line. Because I always do. And have to deal with everyone acting so disappointed in me, like we didn't both know this was going to happen. God, it's just like how back in Hope's Peak men always tried to... So yeah, I'm not doing that. No, thanks, I'm good, man. If I'm gonna die soon anyway, I might as well have people see me for what I really am. But is this really you, or just you degrading yourself in a different way to prove a point, Lyra? Guess we'll never know. Lyra was something of a brick wall, and slightly hypocritical if you ask me, but I'm sure she was aware of that to some degree. She decided that if we were going to go out anyway, she was going to crash and burn in style. But I couldn't help but feel like there was more going on here than she wanted to share. It was always hard with Lyra. Everything always seemed buried under several layers with her, even small things. It was clear to me, as much as she seemed on the surface to be faring pretty well for a corrupt prisoner, she was doing just as bad as all the others. But you can't stop a supernova once it starts. It'll just keep imploding until it's a black hole. I just hope no one else would get sucked up into it at the end of all this. Friendship raked up. Chrysalis of a supernova. Loading stream. Food time, food time, food time! As it even stuck up on me, a sense of dread filled my stomach. I realized it was my turn to watch Fu, so gathering the tray Dr. Elenius had pre-prepared in the canteen, I made my way to his cell. Over the last few weeks I'd done this a few times. Fu seemed to be oddly fond of my company. I think he liked catching me off guard. He was so friendly to me sometimes that I forgot he'd made it no secret he was only looking out for himself. Especially with what he did to Taka. Still, Fu clearly had a soft spot for the younger girls, Takiko and Asuka especially. But he also seemed to have developed a soft spot for me. I couldn't exactly place why. Excuse me. But as I entered, kissing down his tray, he gave me that same old warm smile. Hey kid, your turn again, huh? Ah, come on. What's with the long face? Have a seat, why don't ya? Alright. Can I get you anything? Brandy, perhaps? Dr. Elenius lets you have alcohol? Well, she doesn't need to know about it. Kept secret, kid. Can it? Maybe that's why he liked me. As much as I was always a bit of a teacher's pet, even if he told me something he shouldn't, I always kept my mouth shut. I never told Dr. Elenius about things like this. He probably thought I was out of some sort of fondness. In reality, I was just scared of what he'd do if I got on his bad side. If brandy isn't your thing, ever tried amaretto? I think you'd like that more. He poured up the rich amber liquid over a few cubes of shining ice and gave me the glass. Here, have a sip. Just one. I want to make this a habit. Heh, whatever you say. I had a sip and... Huh, that's not half bad. Tastes like almonds, huh? Almonds? Are you trying to poison me? Are you fucking giving me cyanide? It's kinda sweet. It makes it easier to drink. I actually like that quite a bit. Sure, you don't want any more, kid. trying to get me drunk so you can get out, then it's not going to work. You're sharp. But nah, I ain't planning anything like that. As long as I get a little chats with all of you, I'm planning on sticking to my best behavior till I'm let out. Do you offer everyone alcohol during these little chats? Only you and Scrunchy. I don't think you should be encouraging that. You know, you and her are both awfully fond of amaretto. It must be something about it being easier to stomach than other drinks. And you're awfully good at changing the subject. Hey kid, I wanted to ask you about something. What is it? I guess I've just been thinking recently. Wanted to hear some different perspectives. If someone does something bad for a good reason, most people usually think it's justified, no? Well, it depends on what it is. True, but almost no one is going to shame a starving child for stealing a loaf, are they? No, that would be ridiculous. If someone murders a pedophile, that's just cleaning duty, isn't it? I suppose so. You're more likely to think the murderer was justified in that case. But I wonder, if someone does the opposite, if someone does something good for a bad or selfish reason, does that make the good action then less morally good? What do you mean? Well, if someone does something that helps improve a community for the better, but does it purely for the fame or attention as opposed to actually caring about the community they're advocating for, does it make what they did any less good? I'd say so. I'd say that they're using the people. Once again, I think it depends. Depending on how good the action is and how bad the motivation was. I think it's a balance. The motivation can't be worse than the good that was done. Does that make sense? You're a big fan of non-answers, aren't you? Huh? Just an observation I've made, kid. You don't got much conviction. It's never yes or no with you, is it? You're always trying to find a nice, comfortable stance in the middle, as if you're scared certainty would lead to backlash. It's almost like making a firm stance in the past hasn't gone well for you. No need to get so tense, kid. I'm just an old man spitballing. Relax. I don't know why someone who's so open about being morally bankrupt is so intent on talking about moral dilemmas. Why does it matter to you? I was just making conversation, kid. Anything wrong with that? No, there isn't. You had me worried for a moment there, kid. You actually started getting all snappy and defensive. I thought I might have accidentally struck a nerve. Sorry, I think you should do it more. Huh? If you don't stand up for yourself, you'll get swallowed by the others. Besides, I'm quite fond of seeing you bite back. Reminds me of myself when I was younger. I don't think doing what you're fond of is the best idea considering your current situation. Never know until you try. I'm just getting pretty fucking sick of hearing Snake Tat complain about you every time he's on watch. You mean Ezekiel? Ah, that's the name. We've been here for 2 months and you still don't remember everyone's names? Hey, come on. Hey, kid, come on. Cut me some slack. I spent almost half our time here locked up. Absolute cinema. And whose fault is that? If you didn't want to be in here, you shouldn't have been so impulsive. To be honest, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out. What? I mean, all things considered, I've got a pretty sweet deal, didn't I? I get all my clothes washed for me, all my food cooked and brought to me in constant company. You know the best part of that company, kid? I've basically got 24/7 protection out of my little gamble. If anyone tried to murk me while guarding me, then the schedule would prove they were the only one who could have done it. And even if someone attacked me when they weren't on watch duty, they have to find some way to deal with whoever was watching me. And at that point, most would just find an easier target, no? Now you put it like that. And I'm not even really trapped, am I? There's no way to physically lock my cell door and I could overpower most of you. And even if I didn't want to resort to that, all it would take is laying on the old food charm and sweet-talking Pinky a little bit to be let out. But right now, I'm enjoying the 5-star treatment. So that's why you haven't attempted to break out at all. Bingo! Surprised no one has caught on to it. Why are you telling me this? Who knows? Maybe I'm just bored. I'm starting to think it wasn't that simple with Fu. Only thing that's really worrying is no one here tells me a damn thing about what's going on with Pigtails, and she barely even meets my eyes when it's her turn to guard me. She's doing fine. I don't think you should worry. I think she just needs time to work through things and realize what she did was sort of messed up. She could do it again for all I care. One less creepy scum making this world less comfortable for our girls is nothing but a win from my perspective. I'm sure not all of them deserved it. Okay! That was... I pressed a button I didn't mean to press. You'd be surprised. A lot of bad men out there. It's always the ones you don't suspect as well. Bastards. Anyway, kid, the night is young. How about you break open some cards and play a few games? Alright. Perfect. You can catch me up on what you've been doing while we're playing, kid. We played cards for a few hours while Fu ate his food, discussing things around the prison. I told him my growing concerns with certain prisoners. He seemed fairly understanding. I always ended up in touch with when I really should have. He just had a way of getting it out of me. Eventually, my turn to watch him ended, and I left, cleaning up the tray in the canteen before heading back to my own cell and turning in for the night. Watching Fu wasn't anywhere near as bad as I had always anticipated it to be. No. Oh, save. Okay! So, this is going to be the end of this first episode here of Chapter 2. Next, I will see you all next time. I honestly don't know what's going to happen next time. I think, oh no, I do know, but I can't say it's spoiler. So I have played it up until the Body Discovery already, like months ago. Anyways, see you all next time. Bye-bye!